Welcome to another tutorial on Looker Studio. Our today's tutorial is based on our previous tutorial where we created the students data analysis dashboard. In this dashboard, you may have noticed that the gender was mentioned as 1 and 2 instead of male and female, and the parental support is also mentioned as number instead of high, low, and medium. So today we will change these into their actual descriptions, male and female, and high, low, and medium. And there are two methods which we are going to discuss today, through which you can achieve the same result. So let's go ahead and start our video on data mapping and enrichment in Looker Studio. So this is the dashboard that we have previously created using the Looker Studio. And as you can see right here, we have 1 and 2 for gender, and for the parental support we have 1, 2, and 3. So instead of male and female, or high, low, high, low, and medium, we have values. So in today's tutorial, what we are going to do is that we will change this to male and this to female, these two as well, and these two, high, low, and medium. So there are two ways we can do this. One is the proper way, and the other is the easier way. And we will explore both of these methods and show you how to achieve same objective using two very different methods. So let's click on the edit button and make a copy of this report. And let's rename this to student data analysis proper method. So we will explore the proper method of this data mapping or data enrichment in the Looker Studio. And to do that, we need to go to the Google Drive. So in this folder, we will create a new Google Sheet, and we will call this sheet Student Data Analysis Mapping. So there will be two sheets. One will be for the gender, and the other will be for the parental support. In the first sheet, we will create two columns. One will be the ID column, and the other will be the gender column. There are two IDs, 1 and 2, and first gender is the male, and the second gender is the female. In the parental support, we have ID and the parental support and parental support. And there are three IDs, 1, 2, and 3. One is the low, 2 is the medium, 3 is high. So we will save this file, and we will go back to the dashboard, and we will click on the add data button. And here we will select Google Sheets, and here is our file, and we will add the uh, gender sheet, and then we will again go to the add data and add the parental support sheet as well. Now we have two tables which define the gender and parental support against these IDs which are being used here in the dashboard. We could have used CSV files as well or any other file like Excel file or some database, but Google Sheets is a simpler way to add data to the Looker Studio. So what we are doing here is basically equivalent of data modeling in MS Excel or the Power BI. So it is called blending in the Looker Studio. So we will combine this table with these two tables and we will take the descriptions of gender and parental support from these two tables based on IDs used in this table. So we will go to the resource menu and we will click on the manage blends. And here we will create a blend and our first table will be the students table and we will add uh, all of the fields to this pane. So let's add the final exam score to the matrix and age to the dimensions, then this, then gender, then parental control, parental support, student ID, study hours, and so on. So the next table that we want is the gender table. So we will add both ID and gender fields here, and then we will configure the join. So we want the left join because we want all of this data and we want it to we want to display gender accordingly based on this table. So we want the left outer join. So this is the right field, the gender field from this table, but from the second table we want the ID field. So these two will be linked and then we will take the value from the gender field, which contains the description of gender, which is defined here as 1 or 2. So let's add another table, which is the parental support table. So we will again add both fields here, and then we will configure join again as left outer join, and here we will add the ID field and save this as well. And finally, we will give a name to our blend. So let's call it student data analysis blend. And let's save this blend. And let's close this blend. And now we can use this blend in our data in our dashboard. And it is available here. So using this in the dashboard is very simple. We will click on the existing chart and then we will switch the data source from students.csv to this blend. It may give an error, but let's replace these fields. Let's take the gender from table 2 and that's it. Now we have female and male instead of 1 and 2. And same is the case here. Let's switch it to blend, and that's it. It has automatically taken the data male and female. And finally, the parental support chart. Let's switch it to blend as well. And now we have high, low, and medium instead of 3, 2, and 1. So this is how we map data or enrich data in Locus Studio using the blend. And this is the proper way. However, if your data is simple and you do not want to use the blend, or you do not want to go through multiple tables and all the complexity of blending data or data modeling, there is another option which you can use and which we are going to explore next. So let's get back to the other copy of this same dashboard, and let's use our shortcut method on this one. So in this method, we create a calculated field instead of blending or data modeling. So for gender field, we will create a new field. Let's call it sex. And here we will use the case statement, case when. So when gender is 1, then male, else female, and so that's it. This will automatically convert 1 into male and 2 into female. Let's save this field, and now this field is available here. So let's change this gender to sex, and now we have female and male. And we can do this to all other charts as well wherever we have used gender before. So let's change this to sex as well. And as you can see, it has been changed into male and female. Now let's do the same to this chart, and let's change the gender to sex, and here we have female and male. We can do this to the parental support as well. So let's create another field and let's call it parental support case, where parental support is equal to 1, then low. When parental support is equal to 2, then medium, and else high. And so this will change the 1 into low, 2 into medium, and 3 into high. So, so this should be when instead of where. So let's save this field as well, and then we will use the parental support instead of this parental support. And now we have high, low, and medium instead of 1, 2, and 3. So this is another method through which we can map the data or enrich data in Looker Studio without using the blend or complex multiple tables together. And with this, we end our today's tutorial. See you in another video with a new topic. Till then, have a nice day.